Hello everyone, my name is Arthur. Welcome to the channel, and this is Rumbi, my wife. This is the Outback Musings, our new channel that is springing out of Outback Homestead, our main channel, which basically shares our life here in the Eastern Highlands of Zimbabwe, doing homesteading with our family. We used to be in urban Harare, now we are in Zimbabwe's countryside, Zimbabwe's rural, in the Eastern Highlands. So thank you for everyone who responded, who came and subscribed to this channel before we had dropped any content. The idea was to have a video on the channel already, so that when you come there would be something to watch. Yeah. But we just couldn't do that because of many things that were happening. But thank you very much for everyone who subscribed even before there was any content. We appreciate that. In this video, we just want to muse about what we teach our children. This is in line with questions that have been asked previously in the previous videos around home education. So really what we teach our children is the idea that they shouldn't be passengers in the world. We teach our children that the world is full of agendas, positive and negative agendas. So there's a corporate agenda, the industrial agenda, there's the medical agenda, there is the political agenda. There are agendas everywhere. Yeah. Some of them that are good and some of them that are bad. So that's what we inculcate in our children when we're sitting around the dinner table. When we're eating, we talk about things that are happening in the world and say, do you see this angle? Do you see that? Do you see? So we try to expose them to the world that they will have to contend with, and they're getting to contend with. And it so happens that it's a fast-changing world at the moment because of all the things that are happening with AI in particular. And we'll talk a little bit about that shortly to show how that is also working to our advantage. What is happening with AI.
And so how do we teach them this worldview apart from our dinner table discussions? We have homeschooled the children from the very beginning, from the get-go. That is from nursery school all the way now up. Our eldest they're finishing their A-levels.
14 years, something like that?
Yes, we started in 2012. And so, it's been a long journey, but it has got many rewarding fruits that we have seen. And so if maybe many may be asking, how do you actually homeschool? What do you do? First step is to identify the curriculum that you would like to follow. Whether you want to do, there are lots of curriculums that you can go for.
And they've increased over time.
They have.
From the time that we started.
They have. Yeah. So obviously, if you're in Zim, you can do ZimSec if you want to do that. You can do Cambridge. You can do many other smaller, like they're Christian-based curriculums as well. So you're not limited, and it depends on your end goal. And if you're going to do exams, which most do, which board do you want to go for? So first off is to identify your curriculum. Second is to get the syllabus or syllabi of the different subjects that your children are going to be doing. And then you work with the content, or you could produce the content, or you get books. According and your lessons are structured according to what the syllabus is saying the children should know at that particular stage. Before you start teaching the children, one very important thing you need to do is to unschool yourself. You're going to be learning with the kids. So you are stepping away from how you were taught and having just an open mind together with the children. So that is very important. So our typical day, we start, if it's summertime, we start very early. We start school at 5 because it gets hot later. So by 10:30 school is over. But basically they get in, the older ones now, it's much easier. They just get in and do their work. And then Arthur comes in to help with explaining some of the concepts, especially for the bigger girls. They have sitting sessions where they go through what they've done, and he directs them and helps them. And
just to mention that when they were writing, when they're going towards the was it Form 1? We introduced a session where they would do coding afterwards. So after they've done their morning classes, then the later part of the morning into afternoon, we then do coding. So they learned to code quite early. Some 2-3 years ago. As part of giving them
much way before
earlier.
That,
I think they started when they're
7 and 8.
7 and 8, yeah.
Or 8 and 9.
They started creating websites.
Yeah.
That kind of thing as part of giving them the skills. So they've continued in that. They're interested in that even up to this day. So those are the skills that we're trying to impart alongside their academic, qualifications that they will get.
We'll come back to what I was talking about. But since you've mentioned skills, it's something that is also very crucial for children or an individual to have, and it's something that we have also been teaching them, that it's important to have a skill.
Yeah.
Because with a skill, you can take care of yourself. And it doesn't matter what skill it is, as long as it's giving value to people and it's something that somebody will pay for, then you can take care of yourself.
Yeah. Can I add there?
Yeah.
I mean, look, guys, this is Outback Musings, okay? So we can go this direction, but the point will get home. So on the skills, I'll just add and say that what we basically teach them is that the world rewards value. So we're trying to align them to do things that gives the world value, because none of us is willing to pay anything unless we get value in return.
Yeah.
And in that we say value comes through the skills that we have. So whatever skill you get into, first of all, the best line is that we don't really care what skill it may be. It may be bricklaying, it may be welding, it can be computer science as a coder. But once you get that skill, you must aim to climb up to the top 1% of the people who possess that skill. And this doesn't happen overnight. We teach them that you must aim for it all your life. Okay, it's like a sculptor. Somebody who started to do that type of thing. It takes them years, decades of their lives to get to the top. But the point is, the more you push up the hierarchy in terms of mastery, the more you are paid for it. That's basically what we teach, and I think this will become clearer with where technology is taking us. That all the other things, the knowledge work is not going to pay. It's the skills. That's what people will pay for, because knowledge work is basically dead. What you used to pay, you used to get paid for knowing something, but not actually have the skills in your hands to do it. For knowing something, you would be paid to come and speak on a subject, for example. But now that is just being snatched away. So definitely the compounding effect that every day strive to get better than you were the previous day, and never come to a place where, even if you're now in the top 1%, never come to a place where you are so content and you relax and you feel that now I'm it. No, we learn every day. So to always have that. Take us back to your day in home education. So I had mentioned that in summer we do it early, and then you take the bigger girls, and then I'll be with the younger ones. So if you're with maybe from about 3, if you want to start at 3, or I'd say maybe 5 to 8, 9-year-olds, you may need to be very hands-on in the very beginning, because there you are starting from teaching them literacy, how to read, how to write, math. So there you really have to be very hands-on. And the thing with home education is that there's a price to pay. You have to be involved.
and you have to be willing, count the cost before you get into it, because your time is going to be in there. You have to be involved. There is no one that you're going to push the work over to say, there's no other teacher, you're the teacher. So you're going to have to be checking the work. You're going to have to be, you are learning with them.
Yeah, especially in the early years.
The early years are very crucial as well. You have to make sure you do it right, and do it right from the beginning, because the more they go up, they're building on it. So yes, it's a sacrifice that is worth it, that you have to give.
Yeah, I think this is what makes homeschooling or educating your kids at home not for everyone, because circumstances are different. Some people have to be working, go to work, they cannot do it. That's why it's, I guess Rumbi is saying it's a cost. There's a price to pay. But sometimes there are situations that you actually have to pay that price because of the context in which things are happening. I think that, at the end of the day, it's a great reward to be able to get involved with the children, especially when you're able to set everything up in such a way that you actually have the time and the position to be in that position, means and otherwise to actually do it.
And if you can't do it yourself, you can also get, we're talking about in the homesteading setup, you can also get tutors to come in. I know and a lot of families that do that. They make a raise or accommodation, and then they put up ads to get teachers or tutors to come in to take the kids. So it doesn't necessarily have to be you if you are not in a position to do it. So that would be an option. So our day then...
I never really thought about that. Well, we've talked about it, but I mean, like, that is actually a very viable option, because we have always been doing it ourselves, because we can, but for anyone who can't do what we do, that's a viable option.
So that's more or less, I'm with the younger ones, check the work. I take through the youngest one, I have to take her through all the subjects and check her work afterwards. The middle one, she does it by herself, but I have to explain some concepts sometimes when she is stuck. But the great thing, with homeschooling now, especially with AI being available, is that you can create your own content based on the syllabus that you are following. And you can break it down to a way that your learner will understand, your child will understand, because you have the syllabus already. So you know what is required for the child to be knowing at that particular time. So it is learning simplified. It's become clear to me that we have entered the age of abundance when it comes to education. I think that the days of these textbooks that you have to go into a bookshop and buy, they're gone. They are gone. You can come back in 2 years and challenge my opinion if it doesn't become, if by then it doesn't become even much more clearer than it is now. Okay, but the textbook is dead. The store-bought textbook is dead, because all that information is now in tech, in AI. So I guess we have seen it firsthand. What Rumbi is explaining, that you can actually build content that resonates with the learner. It's the same content that you would find in a textbook, but it's delivered in a way that is understandable, that goes with the learning style of the child. So we have done it. We have created books that we have then printed. You can create diagrams, accurate diagrams. You can create different images in STEM, and then you package them into a text that a child can actually go through. But that text will be addressing the syllabus, the demands of the syllabus. So the child will actually be ready to go and write when they finish the syllabus, or when it's time to write.
we have walked through that journey when our daughters were going through Cambridge IGCSE, all that. And they came out with very good grades. So the edge of abundance in education.
Yeah.
And I think it's possible even for us adults or whoever else who's not at that level to teach yourself and train yourself in anything that you want. I think that there's a shift from certification, because we have been captured by certificates for a long time. For all our lives, for those who are adults, it was always chasing a certificate. But I see a closing of that edge, to say education is much more than the certificate. And it's abundantly clear now that the certificate means basically nothing. But can you do things? Can you produce things? We talked about skills. If you teach yourself engineering, can you engineer something that actually works, that the world can use, that people around you in your community can use? And then people are willing to pay for that. So that's the new version of education that we're getting into. At least that's our thinking.
Yeah. And when basically what we teach the children as well is that education is more than just going through the book, going write an exam and pass, but it has to make sense, your day-to-day life. So when we are when we're having discussions with them and they say certain things, then you can see that they're linking one and one, what is happening in real life and what they've learned in school, and it makes so much more sense to them. And then that is fulfilling for us to watch and to see, because it's more than just textbook reading, but it's actually real life. It's value. So we had a question that we were asked in our last video on Outback Homestead.
On homeschooling, home education.
Okay, actually it was generally school in rural.
Okay.
When you go to the rural areas,
Right.
That how do you get children to have quality, competitive education, especially in a world that is changing. Technology, things are changing very fast. How do you get that stimulating education? So to answer this, we had said we'll answer it here. So to answer it, I would probably send back a question to say, what is quality education to you as an individual? Because we all have different definitions of what quality is. Just as you would see a piece of fabric, someone will say, oh, this is really good quality. But another person may think, nah, to them, that's not good quality. So what is quality to you? What is quality education to you? Once you can answer that question, then you can look at the options that are available. Do you want to do the tutor thing? Do you want to send your children to conventional school system as boarders whilst you're living in the countryside? Do you want to take it on yourself and do the home education? And what are you intending to have imparted onto your children? What do you want them to learn? So that they have the competitive education. I'd like to believe education is so that you can be able to make a living afterwards. And
impart your community, those around you, your country, the world. And in the process, make a very good living.
So what is it that you would like to, which direction would you like to have your children to go? It's different for every family. So that question, if once you answer that, it can then help you to go into the next stage of looking at the options available on how you can get that. How you want it to, how stimulating you want it to be. Where do you want them to go? Yes, I know you don't necessarily dictate directions for your children to say, I want you to be a surgeon. I want you to be, there are people who do that. But for the most part, we would like to give them a choice. But in having a choice, you guide them to say, okay, the world is going this way. You may have better options here, better options there, and that kind of thing.
So, this is it, guys. This is what we teach our children. There's more that we could talk about, but that's Outback Musings. But definitely, as parents, as guardians, whoever's got little ones that are coming up, young ones that are coming up, they need to guide them because the world that we are in is rapidly changing. Okay, as you are sleeping, thinking about your child becoming a lawyer, there's somebody who's not sleeping writing technology that will replace 90% or 80% of what lawyers do. So if you just think about that, you know that the world in the future is completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.
Yeah.